Now, what we're going to be doing today is just talking about how the Idris can be used as a daily driver. Now, I understand it's a capital ship, and solo play isn't what everybody should be doing with a big ship like that. It's meant for multi-crew, not turrets, stations. I get it. But for someone like me who does play this game solo a lot because of family reasons, time constraints, having a job, working at FedEx, it takes a lot of time. So I have to be able to do the things that I want on my own. Now, I could do this with any other ship, but I've always loved the Idris. Just like I like the Polaris.
The shuttle is preparing to depart.
Now, excuse me. For my setup, I'm using dual Gladiator NXT Evos. The left stick is the Omni throttle, right stick is the normal stick, with the lightest springs possible that comes with. I love the VKBs because they're very customizable as far as like how you want your experience to feel in the game, as far as like how the sticks feel, and the sticks feel amazing. I also have them mounted to a clamp desk. I don't have that in the description, but I'll probably put that in there. But the Gladiator NXT Evos are in there in the description, as well as the binding chart I use from Buzzkiller. His bindings I've been using since for a long time, even when I had the Thrustmaster T16000. But these in particular is so much better. I've had them for a few years now, and they've been amazing. I'd recommend them to anybody starting out. Good entry-level sticks to use. And nothing else I can really say about it because they're that good. So, I've recorded this video a couple times because I had a few issues with the server. Not this server in particular, but just had, it's Star Citizen. I've been back in this game since it was on paper, since Chris came out with the Kickstarter saying, hey, this is what I want to do. And that's when I was playing Elite Dangerous. In Elite Dangerous, I did a lot of bounty hunting and cargo hauling. So in this game, it has the same thing. It's got bounty hunting, it's got cargo hauling. But what I love about Star Citizen is its immersion. As much as people want to say it's not as immersive, it is. It's very immersive. Just look at this. I mean, in the space station, you saw I was on the tram earlier, and now look, where am I at? My hangar on my ship. And then what I love about Star Citizen, they have persistent. What I mean by that is, this is a personal hangar. This is your hangar. Anything that you take out and put into this hangar, it will be here when you go back to your home city. So my city right now I'm in is Orison, which is a city in Stanton, inside of the Crusader, the planet, the gas giant. So maybe next time I would go to New Babbage, because New Babbage has a ground hangar, so you can spawn ground vehicles at. So if I need to spawn any ground vehicles, I can do it there. But as far as Orison is concerned, it's great. I like the look of it. It's like Cloud City in Star Wars. So, but anyway, as of right now, like I said, we can't spawn any ground vehicles, but with patch 4.2 we'll be able to spawn the Atlas ATLS, Tractor Beam Walker, and they also have the Geo, which is the mining version, and then the ICT, which is coming out, which has ×1 laser repeaters on it. You can also get those in Wickelow's Emporium. For those of you who don't know where Wickelow's is, one of the alien races, a Banu, who has shops set up around the galaxy. And you can do favors for them, as I'll show you in the Moby Glass here. You go to your contracts, go to offers, collection, And when you go there for the first time, you'll have an introductory quest that'll take you there. But he'll ask you for different stuff. So if you get um, armor, get ship parts, he has that. Um, different guns, a volt gun, so like an electric lightning gun, in a sense, to put the term. All sorts of different things. And you get these currencies, scripts. You use those scripts. Physical currency that's stored in your inventory in the city. So whatever your main home is, that's where it'll be. So real quick, I'll show you what that looks like. Run over here. This hangar is huge. Extra large hangar. Kind of takes a little. So we go into here. It should be under other. Now this is gonna move a little slow because there's all sorts of stuff in here. But I've got stuff in here for months ago, or weeks ago. Like the alignment blade. This is for the orbital laser that you at a station that you have to take over, and you use the alignment blade to align the laser so that you can shoot it down to the ground and blow a hole in the ground. Then everyone goes down there and mines out the materials inside. A big PvP event. Pretty fun. Let's see if they're in here. I would assume. Yep, here it is. Oh, we're going to put it in my inventory. Into my inventory. Written in my hand. Do it. Well. Good old Star Citizen. No. No, it's not. Well. I guess I just lost one script. Well, anyway, we'll figure that out later. Look, it's an alpha. I get it. 10 years into development. Almost $1 billion. They should have more to show for it than what they have. They're working on 2 games. And game development takes a long time. I understand that. I mean, any other game that's come out takes 10 plus years. Starfield, No Man's Sky, Red Dead Redemption, all those different games. They all take time. Oh no. So, inside of here, I have a couple things. Mole bags for my prospector, which for some reason is turned sideways, along with my vulture. That definitely shouldn't be doing that. Not sure what happened. Or when I came in here, it wasn't like this. Kinda don't like that. Over. Now, think about this. I've had this stuff in here for a while. And this is the only thing that's ever happened where this got moved sideways like this. I have no idea. Look at this immersion. This is what I mean. I'm inside of a ship inside of a ship. And I'm moving a ship inside of a ship. Can't tell me that's not immersive. I'm gonna move this camera back a little bit. Lift off the ground. Slightly. Back up a little bit. Say, honestly, probably back up. Right to the fort. Try to get it straight so we have room on the sides. They're down right there. Let's turn it off. Always turn off your engines. It's not that like a rule. It's just you don't want something to happen to the ship. Sometimes physics are off, so if the engines are on, people just start bouncing around all over the place. You don't want that. Alright. I'm gonna do the same thing with the vulture here. Possibility it got moved because of tractor here. MPUV tractor. I use this to move cargo with the tractor beam in and out if I need to go, fly to another ship or something. But lately the Atlas here has worked fine. But we'll talk about that later. So once we get this moved, we'll get on to what we're going to be doing today. Oh, see? Look at that. Little buggy. The door closed behind me, that's all. So, the plan today is, like I said, we're going to talk about how the Idris can be used as a daily driver. So, if you think about it, this is a capital ship, right? Ship that, for the most part, shouldn't be able to be crewed by just one person. But you can have that option. So the fact that we can do that gives you a lot of opportunities to kind of see what kind of gameplay mechanics you can get out of it. That's why I like the Polaris too, because yeah, you can't shoot any of the guns, but you can still use it to put a ship in and do other stuff. Ah, see, look at that. See how close that is? That's a possibility that's what the problem was. So I must have landed it there. I had it close to it before, and I think Prospector was a little close. So when I went to respawn the Idris, whatever it does when it's loading, it probably populated it in with this next to it and then pushed it to the side, and then the front of this was pretty close to it, so it probably hit it, moved it over as well. I mean, that's a possibility. Just like this. This is the mining laser that goes on to the Prospector here. I swapped it out. This is I forget what the name of that one is, but I gave it a better mining laser. And I added attachments, which is one thing that's really cool. These little attachments here. Right there. One down there. You just put them in your hand, you walk over here, take them, pop them right on. And they change the parameters of your mining laser. Fantastic. I can't wait to get the Misc Fortune so I can replace the Vulture. So, let's go move this out of the way. It up. Move it over just. Actually, let's see. Put it somewhere else. I'm gonna save some space for. You know what? Bring up the landing gears. That way we have a little bit of moving room. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, look at that. What happens when you're not paying attention? So we'll just move it over here. Lower the gear down. Park it right here next to the exit. There's nothing to put there. Alright, that should be fine. When you get out of anything in third person, the camera's going to get a little wonky because it's like almost a physics-based camera. So if any object you're in third person is in the way, it'll bump it. If I was to move the camera next to this, pushes against whatever's behind you. If I zoom out the camera and I move it, I'm going to push it. So you could say that's buggy, but that's not really a... It is. Okay. And now what I need to do is, we need to open the front, because we need to put the F8 inside. Alright, so now we're in the F8. I'm gonna go ahead and put the F8 in. I love Tobii Eye Tracker. It's amazing. Just being able to just turn my head and just look around, look in different areas, it's just so good. Alright, so get off the ground here. See if we can fit it in the front. I might have to move the Idris though. And might have two. or not enough room. So I have the best in show paint. I forgot that I even had it, but that's what I got. And I like it. Wish there was more paints for it. Alright, oh yeah, we can fit. Definitely. Alright, so I'm gonna turn over here. Right. Turn this camera around. Ooh. Don't want to bump it. The problem is going in reverse is... I don't do it enough. It's a little bit, tricky. I'm just gonna go slow. Alright. Gonna make sure we don't touch anything, which there's quite a bit of room, as you can see. The reason why I'm backing it in is so when I do open the front, I can just fly straight out. That's the main reason. Make sure we got enough clearance in the front. Get it right past that force field. Perfect. Should be more than enough room. Sit her down. Turn the engines off. That is a 100%. Always do it. Go ahead and hop out. Make sure I have enough room as well, because when I talk about daily driving, right? This is salvage that I've had in here since I forget how long. Well, let's say in case we need to do some salvaging later on, I need to move some of these boxes, right? You know, I want to make this a little easier. I'm gonna use the Atlas. Fantastic animation. This reminds me of one of my favorite movies, Alien. When Ripley has the loader. That's exactly what this reminds me of. And it looks almost like it. Let's hopefully they get a yellow paint with the hazard stripes on it. That'd be amazing. So you can kind of play this in third person if you want. Obviously it has highlights for certain things, but it's not a third person game, it's a first person game. But you can if you want to try. Now, you might have an issue. Alright, we got it. So it just grabs. You just grab whatever you need to grab and just throw it over there. And that's why the Atlas is so good. I mean, having the hand tool is really good too. Max lift tractor beam, but you have to use your mouse wheel in order to move the tractor beam. So having this makes it easier. And for some reason I can't detach this off the belt. I have to figure out why it's not doing that. We'll move these over here first, get the stuff off the sides. So if you notice, these are attached to the grid here. The ones over here are off grid. That's why I'm able to just yank them out like this. So if you want to increase your cargo capacity of certain cargo vessels or any kind of vessel, salvaging, mining, cargo, you can just place boxes off the grid. It's supposed to be a walkway. Who's going to use it for a walkway? Not me. But for some reason, it's not letting me put it in the back here. So let's move it. See if we can get it to fit. Yeah, there we go. Just love these sounds. Now let's see if we can get this off the top. That is a problem. Yeah, there's bugs in the game. But for some reason, can't grab it off. Maybe I have to lift it? No, it's grabbing the ship. That's the problem. Trying to grab the ship. Alright, so we're gonna move the Atlas over here. Let's see if we can use the hand tractor beam. Get it off. Yeah, it's broken. I think the problem is it's trying to, it might have happened when the ship was stowed. Something in, I don't want to try to explain it because I don't even know how to explain it. But for whatever reason, it picked it up because it thinks it's attached to the ship's grid itself, its own grid. I will assume that's what the problem is. I'm not for sure, but that's a possibility. But we'll just take out what we can. We'll just go ahead and just put it over here. Put it on top of this. We'd only have one SCU from there. No, I still have 3, so let's go ahead and clear the belt. There we go. Really, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be salvaging anymore in this ship anyway. Obviously, they have a few bugs to work out, just like everything else. And this is one of them. I'd have to put a post up on the issue council in the forums and let them know. I'm sure somebody knows. But we'll see. Take a few screenshots so I'll have it for later. Just make sure I can't actually get it out. Yeah, it's not working. I think shooting it. Nope. Alright. So. Done with that. Alright. Let's get up to the bridge. So. Idris, daily driver. So what I plan to do in Star Citizen, personally, is just a little bit of everything. That's why when the Polaris came out, I thought that was a really good ship. What I didn't like about it was the fact that you couldn't use the main guns. That was a big issue for me. Now, I get it. You shouldn't have to, because it's a multi-crew vessel. Why buy a big ship? You're not going to play with your friends. Well, I mean, I have friends I could play with. But everyone's not really playing right now. I mean, there's plenty of people playing. I'm in an organization called Blackwing Squadron. And I'll put that in the description below if you want to check them out. But they play every day. And there are plenty of people that play every day. But for what I do in the game most of the time, I can do on my own. And then when we do group events or events where we're mining events, group events for the satellite, anything, any of the cool stuff, Hathor missions, maybe a big PvP battle where we're going around hunting players that have bounties. I mean, that's always fun, right? We'll get together for something like that. Okay. Whenever you get in a medical bed, it will heal you, give you your health back and your hydration. And then whatever injuries you might have, you can heal yourself. These are, I'm pretty sure these are tier 1 beds. Just tier 3 bed. Okay. That's a tier 3. Is all tier 3s? Tier 3. Okay, so we got tier 3s over here. This one might be a tier 1. Ah, yep, tier 1. So this bed here is the best bed. This will heal anything. So that is really good. So you have tier 3 beds. Yeah, that's fine. You can still heal whatever you want. So anyways, like I was saying, I plan to do a little bit of everything. A little bit of cargo hauling, a little bit of bounties, a little bit of mining, salvage, and that's why I put all these ships in here, so I could do all that. Now, my biggest issue would be other players or someone coming up and taking my ship, or my ship getting destroyed, and then I lose everything inside. But good thing about the Idris is, especially in 4.2, they're going to be increasing the health of the doors and the loading ramp and everything, so they should be able to withstand a little bit more punishment before they get destroyed. Go ahead and turn her on. With these hangars, look at this. I'm inside of a hangar. I was inside of a ship inside of a ship. Took a tram to get here. Now look at this. Hangar doors opening. Into the atmosphere of the planet. Right? She's a little bit slow, and she's heavy. And just think, it'll probably get even more heavier once they add weight distribution. A little bit of an issue with the landing gear. The easy way to fix that is to request docking. As you can see, there's the docking reticle, and then you just cancel it. Your landing gear's fixed. It's just a bug that happens after you dock. So most of the time, when you go to a station or even some of these planets down here, they give you a docking port instead of a hangar. The stations, the Idris cannot land on a station. Then they don't have extra large hangars. But here in Orison, they do, as you saw. But sadly, every time I come here, they give me a docking port. And then when you store it with the docking port, it'll break the landing gear. That's the easy way to. Alright, so as to not make this video too long, I'll probably break it up into different parts. Depending on what you guys want to see, I might do it as almost like a series. But we'll see what happens. You can give whatever suggestions you want in the comments. I know there's plenty of YouTubers out there and people making videos about Star Citizen and other games, right? I'm just like a drop in the bucket. But hey, I just want to share with you my experiences in playing the game. Who knows what will happen in the future. Might not be as exciting as some other ones. Some other people. But hey. It is what it is, right? So, every time you come in here and you grab a contract, no matter what you're doing, always pick up call to arms. Sometimes it'll pop up here, sometimes it won't. It takes a second. Depends on the server if it's buggy. But you want to always pick up a call to arms if you have it. It's under a mercenaries tab, which I'm pretty sure I click accepted. There it is. Now I have it. Reason why is because if you kill anybody that's red player or NPC, you should gives you extra credits. And then you've got different things like your different reputations, right? So these contracts that you have, let's say you do a hauling contract, Kovalex is the main shipping hub. So think of them as like UPS, right? And FedEx and stuff like that. That's pretty much what they are. You got your bounty hunters guilds, different mercenary work, Foxwell reinforcement, Crusader security, and that all builds up into your reputation here. So inside of here, when you get your reputation up, It unlocks more difficult missions, harder missions, especially with Kovalex when it comes to um, doing cargo hauling. You can get really, really big missions that'll pay out over 1,000,000 credits. All right. Jumping through Quantum is always, look at that. Everything's in real time. All this is real time. Like, no loading screens. Yes, things have to populate, but that'll all get ironed out, and that's not a big deal. Real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my weapons on. Pretty sure I already had them on. I'm gonna go to our target's location. Already got contact. Let's make sure I don't hit anything. And we don't. One thing we really don't want. So, depending on how big these ships are, looks like a player ship. Will determine whether or not these PDCs will shoot at them. Now, they will shoot at this Cutlass. And whatever else this is, what is that? Valkyrie? Yep, see, there they go. Look at that. Essentially, I don't have to do anything. Is that a Buccaneer? Looks like a Buccaneer. No, that's a Cutlass. There's the Valkyrie. What we're gonna do is see if we can hit one of these. Let's see, we'll go with Cutlass. Ooh, we're already down. Come on. Now, like I said, she doesn't move fast. She's slow. He's flying towards me. Oh, this might be my chance. Nope. I hit the boost. Thought I could get some distance. Oh, he crashed into the asteroid. Well. That wasn't too bad. I probably could have just won just by sitting there. But, as you can see, it can handle bounties no problem. Yeah, I almost lost my shields, which isn't surprising. But as far as like taking care of a bounty, well, that wasn't too bad. Let's see what else we can find. I don't want to do something that's going to risk me losing my ship, because like I said, yes, it's my everything ship for right now, but I don't want to do a mission that's going to involve me getting destroyed. Because if I do, You know, I'm gonna lose all the ore, the things that I mined, the salvage that's all in the ship. I'm gonna lose all that, and I can't do that. Or at least I don't want to do that. Not yet. Alright, so I can't route yet. Because I gotta get into the seat. Got into the... Okay, I got into the right seat. Alright, so hit F2. Click our destination. The route to it. Pull up our drive. Alright, heading to the next bounty. But I only really do bounties. And unless we're doing like a group event or something, I probably won't bring the Idris. Not filled up with all this other stuff, but I'm more of a industrial kind of player. I like to be in like the support. That's why I like the Idris. You can put other ships in it and everything else. It's like a support platform. I've got a couple friends that have a Kraken. So they're, you know, all support. I just like it. Now they have been talking about some controversies about the Idris being able to use, not Idris, excuse me, the Polaris being able to use the torpedoes. I personally think that's a bad idea. 100%. Because it's going to take away a lot of gameplay aspects, honestly. I mean, it's going to take away that multi-crew. Everyone's going to be able to fly around in a ship like this or a Polaris and just be able to use the gun. That's not going to be good. I can understand it on the Idris. Because literally just be someone pressing a button to shoot a gun. And at least the torpedo guys on the torpedo console lets you move the turret and target. But if you're going to let the pilot do it, that's just... I don't know, that's... I don't think that's good. You shouldn't waste it on the pilot. I'm gonna shoot this laser here. See if we can hit him. It has some hit scan issues or hitting issues. It doesn't target small ships very well. But they're gonna be fixing that. Pretty sure it's already fixed. Alright. We're not gonna get too low because we don't want to hit the ground. Some of these planets do have heavier atmosphere and gravity. You don't want to risk crashing into. See how close I am to the ground right now? Can't have that. Boom. Got him. I'll let the PDCs take care of the rest of this. Oh, a Prowler. A dropship. Haven't seen a Prowler in a long time. And stop moving. They're not shooting anymore. There's a possibility that they're despawning because I killed the target. Or they got actually destroyed. Let's see. I mean, there's really no reason for us to stay here. But that ship looks like it's heading towards the ground. See? Yeah. They're just dropping out of the sky. Look at that. So either I disabled them, the PDCs did on the Idris, or they just despawned. Now there's one ship here, still alive. Go ahead and take him out. Prowler, of course. PDCs. Trying to keep the camera on him. There we go. He's disabled. Now these PDCs are all size 1s. So they're not big, but there's 11 of them on the Idris. It's caught up a bit of firepower. See where we're going. I don't know why my Moby glass is sideways. It's kind of weird. Let's see if we can do one more. Maybe find one that's a little bit more challenging. Let's see. All I have is high risk. See what my reputation's at. Should be bounty hunter skill. I'm at senior guild member. Not sure what contracts it gives me, but so far, I mean, I'm just getting this. We'll do it. We'll do this one. Get it out of the way. Give it any mercenary contracts. Sometimes I'll have decent mercenary ones too. Like these gauntlets. See, look at that. 307,000 credits. I might try that. But I'm pretty sure you have to fight a Polaris and a Hammerhead. But we'll try that out later. We'll try that out later and we'll see how that works. I just don't want to lose everything that's in my ship in case I do get blown up. And I don't want the things inside of my ship, if I get hit by a torpedo, I don't want to risk losing that. We'll see. This one should be in the asteroid belt. Yeah. Look at that. Love it, man. Love it. That's where we started. That's Crusader. We jumped to this planet here of Yella. From down there, on the planet, up here into the rings of the atmosphere. Rings around it, the asteroid belt. That's so. I just love the immersion. It just feels good. I wish Elite Dangerous did this sooner, but Star Citizen is its own beast thing. Alright, I'm gonna scan for target. Ooh. What we got? Turn off the quantum drive so that we get our shields back. It's a caterpillar. Oh. You know what? Let's scan him. Let's see what caterpillar. There's only one MFD, which sucks. Wish there was another one, but there's, I feel like the Idris should have more. Alright, so we scanned him. Let's see what he's got in his cargo. Nothing. Signature, mass, SM code. Might have to get a little bit closer. No? Alright. Now, the PDCs will not attack Caterpillar. So, what I'm going to have to do is, I'm going to have to attack it. The laser. Now this laser deals about 1500 damage a second. But as you can see, the hit markers are inconsistent, even though I have the laser on them. Ooh, there we go. What it essentially does is overheats it and it makes it explode. Let's see if this thing did have cargo on at all. We'll find out. Look at the size comparison compared to the Caterpillar. The Caterpillar at the time when it came out was considered huge. You hear that? There's NPCs on the ship. I don't see any cargo. Well, they do have cargo. Bump it real quick. Sounds like the NPCs on the ship are shooting. Now I don't want to get out the ship and then die. Yeah. There's a possibility that if you get off the ship and you hear all that noise, it's actually shooting. What I'm gonna do is off deft. There we go. A hard deft on it. There we go. Look at that. Tungsten, copper. We just could have just gotten everything off the ship at first, but blowing up the ship releases the cargo, but it also makes it so that you lose cargo. If we still hear any shoot. Hear anything? All right. What we're gonna do is. Oh, I still hear it. You still hear that? Yeah, I hear. Ah, the cargo with it too. I think we're close. Alright. Let's try this. I got my helmet on. We're gonna see if we can grab some of this stuff. I mean, nice to have, you know? Make a little bit extra money. Aside. Be able to use the elevator. Yep. So if you ever need to get to the bottom of the Idris faster, I say honestly, go into the cargo bay instead of looking for the stairs to take you down is faster. Right. It's at the bottom. I'm a big dum-dum. There's no button to press in the back of the ship to open the hangar. The only way to do it is to come up to this console here. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can get some stuff out of here. Look at that. Already we got something. Die. Alright, so we have that. It's just scrap. But hey, scrap is scrap. Better than nothing. Real question is, do I have any room for this? Big box. Turn it around a bit. Whoop, whoop, whoop. See. I might have a spot to put. Fill out. I don't know if it'll attach to this cargo grid or not, but I think it's too big. Yeah, it's too big. I'll do is I'll turn it around. Do that right here. It ain't gonna go no. See what else we got. I think, what was it? Tungsten as well. It'd be cool if they had a tractor beam back here. You could place that back turret with a tractor beam and you can use it to pull cargo in. I think that would be. They don't. What else we got? I mean, compared to my ship is small, yes. Rat. Oh. There's more over there. Oh yes, and if you pull something and let it go, it will keep drifting. It's space, right? So expect something like that to happen. Copper? Not very lucrative, but hey. Like I said, it's better than nothing. Copper. Just gonna throw it up there. See what else we got. More copper. Yeah, we'll take it. Good. I thought I saw like tungsten or something. That's alright though. We'll use what we have. This is where the Atlas comes in handy. Mainly because boxes like these are just easier to move. But I wouldn't be able to run between tight spaces like this. So having this is fine. Cargo grid, look at that. Snap it. Just move it back a bit. We can have as much room as possible. I might put these other boxes just right here instead of running all the way to the back. That's what happens when you're, you know, doing it solo, right? When you grab something, you just scroll down on the mouse wheel. Then it'll pull it towards you. That's why I like the Atlas. Maybe a little bit slow moving, but that tractor beam is amazing. It's just literally point and click. What else do we have? Box. Right there. Scrap. That should be the last one. Once we get this in here, we'll probably go to sell it. Try to find the nearest refinery. Oh, okay. Let's do that. Alright, throw that in there. At the end of the day, can it do bounties? Yes. Will it be a pain in the butt? Sometimes. Almost positive. Especially dealing with bigger ships. Well, not bigger ones, but ones that are way more maneuverable than you, but your PDCs can't even target. Then that's going to be a problem. A big problem. But that's all for this video. This was just to do a little bit of bounties, showing you what I had inside. Next video is probably going to be something similar, but not bounty related. Probably going to do some mining, maybe some salvage, maybe hit up a refinery or two to see how much we made. But we'll see what happens. All right, I'm Zombie Joe. If you want to, leave a comment. Anything I can improve on, anything like that. I'm just playing a game and talking about it. I mean, that's all there is. That's all that's going on. But I appreciate it. You know, any of you guys that watched the video, hey, thank you.